Hello dear students, in this video we are going to learn the difficult questions of this lesson, the best Christmas present in the world, under the heading working with the text. And the first question is, for how long do you think Connie had kept Jim's letter? Give reasons for your answer. And the answer to this question is, Connie received Jim's letter on 26th of January 1915. Jim wrote the letter on 26th of December 1914. Connie might have been a young woman at the time. When the author went to deliver the letter to Mrs. Connie Macpherson, she was 101 years old. She often read the letter to feel the presence of Jim. So we can imagine that she had been keeping the letter for at least 70 years. The next question is, why do you think the desk had been sold and when? And the answer to this question is, the desk had been sold as Mrs. Connie Macpherson's house had caught fire and the burned furniture were sold. Mrs. Connie Macpherson was admitted into a nursing home. The next question is, why do Jim and Hans think that games or sports are good ways of resolving conflicts? Do you agree? And the answer to this question is, Jim Macpherson and Hans Wolf think that games and sports are the best way to resolve the conflicts because men are not killed in games. Children do not become orphans and wives do not become widows. Yes, we do agree with Jim and Hans. The next question is, do you think the soldiers of the two armies are like each other or different from each other? Find evidence from the story to support your answer. And the answer to the question is, we think both the German and English soldiers were similar. Soldiers of both the armies liked to celebrate Christmas peacefully. Soldiers of both the armies shared their foods and drinks. They played football together. Both the officers of the opposite armies talked affectionately and admired each other's culture and language. They had similar views about war. They said that conflicts must be resolved by games and sports, not by war. They like to sing Christmas carols. Next question is, mention the various ways in which the British and the German soldiers became friends and find things in common at Christmas. And the answer to this question is, the British soldiers and the German soldiers were becoming friends while celebrating Christmas. The German soldiers waved white flag and wished Happy Christmas to the British soldiers. They ran towards the no man's land with schnapps and sauces. Similarly, the British soldiers also shared their foods and drinks. They ate, drank, smoked, laughed and played together. They knew that war is not the best way to resolve the conflicts. The German officer told that the British or English novelist Thomas Hardy was his favorite writer, and his favorite novel was Far from the Madding Crowd. In the night, both the armies sang Christmas carols. The next question is, what is Connie's Christmas present? Why is it the best Christmas present in the world? And the answer to the question is, when the author or the storyteller delivered Jim's letter to Connie, she mistook him for Jim. She was suffering from memory loss due to old age. So, Connie's best Christmas present was her feeling that Jim came back to her on Christmas as he had promised earlier. The next question is, do you think the title of the story is suitable for it? Can you think of any other title? And the answer to the question is, the best Christmas present in the world is the most suitable title of the story. The author or the storyteller delivered Jim's letter to Mrs. Jim Macpherson. She took the author for her dead husband, as she was suffering from memory loss due to old age. She felt Jim's return was the best Christmas present for her. In the battlefield, on Christmas Day, the enemy soldiers were celebrating Christmas together with peace and goodwill. This moment of peace and goodwill was the best Christmas present for the soldiers. Therefore, the best Christmas present in the world is a suitable title. We can suggest another title like A Message of Peace on Christmas. In the next section, we have a paragraph. We have to find out the past tense forms of the verbs. A man got on the train and sat down. The compartment was empty except for one lady. She took her gloves off. A few hours later, the police arrested the man. They held him for 24 hours and then freed him. So, the past tense verbs are got, sat, was, took, arrested, held, and freed. Next, fill in the blanks using the correct form of the verbs in the brackets. So, the past forms have to be written here. So, already the answers are done for you. Now, next question.